cat-loving friends, if you know me well, you know that I am obsessed with puzzle feeders. My girls use them every single day, and I tell every one of my clients that they should implement them into their cats' daily lives. I love puzzle feeders because they just do so much good for our cats. They prevent boredom. Way too many cats are bored throughout the day, so they help prevent boredom. They are also very good at fueling that natural instinct of needing to hunt, forage, scavenge for their food. And of course, it just works their brains, keeps them smart, keeps them problem solving. Puzzle feeders are beautiful for cats. This is a bit of a introduction video. So I'm going to show you the many types of puzzle feeders that I have and how I use each one specifically, like which situations I would use them in. So yeah, if you are well versed in puzzle feeders, feel free to continue watching. I am just going to show you some that you may not know about that you can use if your kitties have gotten bored of the ones that you have at home already. So to start, I'm just going to show you the two that I recommend to every single one of my clients. They're just my favorite and they're the easiest. So they're these two. This one is the Doc and Phoebe mouse toy. This is an older version. So the newer versions have a sliding door, which is amazing because then you can make it harder or easier, depending on how wide the hole is, how far you put the slider or not. So this is the older version, no slider, but they still work great. My girls use these for their breakfast kibble. So I fill it up with kibble and I put it down for them. And yeah, so they just tip it over. And while it tips, it drops out food. And then the girls eat what fell on the floor. They tip it again. So it just goes back and forth like that. These are mini Kong toys. You've probably seen the bigger ones that are typically for dogs that people put peanut butter in. These ones are, of course, smaller. They're mini Kong toys. And I just put kibble in here. And same deal as this one. The girls, or your cats, just hit it around. And then as it tips like this, the food treats fall out. I use these and I suggest to my clients to use these as treasure hunt tools. So you take a couple of these, you put some treats in, and you hide them throughout your whole home throughout the day. And then as you are away, or if you're just working from home, your cats can go around and hunt for these little treats. And when they find them, they get to figure out how to get the treats out, and it gives them something to do all day. So lots of fun. The next thing as well are these, this is a Pet Safe Slim Cat ball. This one's new. Raya got it for her birthday just a couple weeks ago. So the way that this one works is you just undo the top and you throw treats on the inside. This whole ball also rotates. So you got to undo the little clip, sorry. And then you can rotate it like this, and then it makes those holes bigger and smaller. And then once you decide where you want it, you just put that back down. Here you go. And then you can put it on the ground. And this one rolls all throughout wherever you put it. So they push it, and as it rolls, the treats fall out of the holes. So super duper fun, super entertaining for kitties who maybe like to chase things a little bit more. The other one is Catit brand. So it's a Catit spinner top, I believe is what they call it. This is just a silicone top that can come off. I will show you. And then on the inside, there's a little bit of a maze, and the treats have to fall through the maze to get to where the holes are on the silicone pad and fall out. So I'll put this back on and show you. Okay, so like I said, there's these holes, and once the treats go through the maze on the inside, they will fall out of the holes, and then your cat gets the little reward. It's also on the spinner top, like I mentioned, that's why they call it that. And your cat just kind of hits it, and then it keeps going and going and going. And then they can hit it the other way, and they just keep spinning it until the treats fall out. So this one is lots of fun. I found that the girls really, really enjoy this one. The other ones, so I would consider these more mobile, so they move around a little more, go throughout your home a little more. These ones on this side, I would say they're pretty stationary. They are for sure stationary. They don't move. They have little stickies. Okay, well, they do move, but they have little stickies, so they stay in place a little better. And the way that these ones work is you take some treats, and these are supposed to be little ladybugs. It's adorable. You can put little treats inside of these holes in the top here. And then the goal for your cat is, let's say that this leaf was covering. The goal for your cat is to move the leaf out of the way and then move the slidey bit over the hole and back. And then the treat falls into the little hole here and they can dish it out and get their reward. You can also, for a few, just put the treats right in there and then cover it with the leaf. So it's a little bit of an easier reward and it'll keep them going a little better. The other one is same brand. These are the Nina Audison design by Pet Stages. So this is just another one. This is considered a little bit more difficult. This one, I guess the only thing that's really different is that it's more swooshy. So there's a little bit more distance to move these bits. And then also it has this disc that spins. So it has the same holes and then they just got to spin it around. So again, stationary. Siberia prefers the stationary ones, while Raya prefers the ones that move throughout the home a little more. When it comes to hard treats, that's about it, other than that I have anyway, other than this one here, which is ones that you can just make. So if you've ever seen or attended mine and Excalibur's puzzle feeder building night, this is essentially what we would make. So this is a cardboard base, and then this is just like a paperclip box. We have some toilet paper rolls, egg cartons that were cut up, and then this of course is just cardboard, more cardboard, and all that I did is just glued them on, and then you throw some treats in. So it's kind of like these stationary ones here, but you can just do whatever the heck you want, and you can make it as unique as you would like. And then, of course, you don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money on puzzle feeders if you don't want to. If you take little toilet paper rolls and you seal off both ends and cut some holes inside, you can put some treats in there and they kind of become the Kong toy or the Doc and Phoebe toy. So yeah, perfect. And when it comes to soft food, I know that not all of us feed kibble. If you don't feed kibble, you can still use puzzle feeders for like your treats, hard treats, etc. If you do want to use something for your soft food specifically, I have things like this that I use for the girls, soft and raw. So if you look at them, they're not so much puzzle feeders, they're more like slow feeders. So it's very good for cats who eat too fast and end up throwing up because of it, or if you just want to give your cats a bit more of an interactive experience other than just eating out of a bowl. So these are great. Again, you would just smear that soft food or raw food onto these, and then your cats have to just eat out of the little crevices. It's just a little bit more brain work for them. Perfect. And lastly, I just want to show you some of the treats that I tend to use for puzzle feeders. The first one, I am a sucker for Pure Bites. I love them so much. I think they're great for my cats. This is just freeze-dried chicken, specifically this kind. And I will just take these bits, break them apart, and just throw them in the puzzle feeder. Same with the Crumps Naturals. The only thing that's different here is that they make them into these little capsule shapes. So I tend to break these in half and put them in the feeders as well. And then for things that aren't just like one ingredient, there's a little bit more ingredients in them, but they're still excellent, are I tend to use these jerky bites. They're Simply Nourish Source jerky bites. And this is the duck kind. So they come again in little capsule-ish sizes. And what you do is, or what I do, is I break these in half as well and put them on the side. Hey, my girl. So that is what I wanted to go over. Oh, one last thing too. is that if you have tried puzzle feeders with your cats before and they just did not go over well for some reason, you decided that your cats don't like them, then I would highly suggest doing or just being maybe a little more interactive with them if you decide to try again. So rather than just putting this down on the ground and walking away, think of it of how we teach kids their ABCs. We don't just like hand them a piece of paper and expect them to learn from that piece of paper. We will sit down with them and we will sing the ABCs through them. We'll start easy and then we'll get harder as they start to learn the whole alphabet until they learn the whole alphabet and they're complete pros at it. Then we can just kind of put it down and let them, or tell them to sing us their ABCs. So same thing with the puzzle feeders. Put some high value treats in here. Don't just use kibble. Make sure they're high value treats. Put them on the ground or wherever you decide to place them. And you can even show your kitties how to use them. So you can tip this one, show them that when they tip it, the treats come out. With this one, you can give it a couple spins, show them that treats come out when they spin it, and just actually sit there and teach them for the first little bit. And of course, start with ones that are easier at first. These ones are a little bit more tough, so they might be a little harder for your cat to pick up right away. But ones that are simple, like these ones here, your cats will pick them up pretty quickly as long as you show them how they work and that they're awesome. Okay, that is everything that I wanted to go over with you guys today. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you try to use some puzzle feeders, even if you just start weekly and then you can move on to being daily with your cats. It is powerful and so amazing. If you have questions about where I got any of these puzzle feeders from, feel free to send me a message and I can tell you where I got them from, what they're called, and if you have any other questions at all, make sure to also send me a message. I will answer all your questions about puzzle feeders, any that you have at all. I hope that you guys have a great day, and I'm sure I will hear from those of you who have questions soon. Thank you so much.